Hello, my name is Razan Baya, and I am a graduate student at the IDET program at Texas A&M Corpus. I am going to show you a little bit of what I've been working on during this practicum course and just kind of explain to you what my project was. I was chosen as a graduate assistant through the IDET program for the College of Nursing and Health Sciences at TAMU-CC, and I was asked to develop some instructional modules for the nursing program to accommodate students that are either entry or mid-level. And these instructional modules are supposed to work alongside the laboratory exercises that students are supposed to perform on campus. However, since there have been some distance learning students recently, the College of Nursing and Health Sciences is really trying to focus on expanding into more of a digital offering for most of its courses, or at least some of them. So this project, in a sense, was us trying to expand that. And working with the College of Nursing and Health Sciences has really been a very fruitful experience for me. I've learned quite a bit about how to author any kind of course through a course authoring software. And I will explain to you a little bit more about that course authoring software in just a few minutes. But I wanted to show you a little bit of the projects that I've created. So one of the first modules that I created for the CONHS, or College of Nursing and Health Sciences, was called Use of Personal Protective Equipment. So if you were to click on this actual module, and it will play a little bit of it, it's pretty much a self-paced module where the are able to put in the information. For instance, I will type my name in here, and by typing my name in, I am, in a sense, allowing the module to create a certificate of completion for me. Um, the module itself is, like I said, self-paced. The audio is in line with the text on the screen. So I recorded myself using the course authoring software that I'll show you in just a little bit, and pretty much timed the text of each screen to go with my audio of the text. Of course, I've included some transitions for images as well as for the text so that it's a little bit more interesting. The students are able to decrease or increase the audio. So if they don't necessarily want to hear me speaking, they can completely cut down the audio, or if they really need to hear it and they don't want to read, so to speak, they can just raise the audio as loud as they'd like to. They can always move forward and backwards through each of the slides. However, once they reach the knowledge check slides, which are the embedded evaluations or summative evaluations that we've put inside of the modules, then they really cannot go backwards. And if they do, it might alter their grading. And so they're told to just continue forward once they are in the knowledge check portion. So this is kind of the prompt for the knowledge check, and all of these graphics are included in the course authoring software. You can also put your own graphics in there if you'd like. So if a student wants to get through this module, they have to answer all the questions correctly. There is an option on the course authoring software to allow you to choose how many tries a student has for each question before they can move forward. And because of the specifications of the client, who is the College of Nursing and Health Sciences, they wanted it to be an unlimited number of tries until the student got it right. So pretty much the student cannot progress to the next slide and cannot complete this module until they have answered all the questions correctly. As you can see, they cannot move backwards once they have entered into the question portion of this module. So we are going to submit the answer. It says it's correct, and it tells you that it's correct, so please proceed to the next slide, and then it automatically pops up the next slide. The nice thing about this course authoring software is it allows you to embed videos into the software itself. Sometimes it can be difficult to do that depending on how large the video is, and I ran into that problem a little bit in one of these modules. And so what I did was I embedded the link to the YouTube video, and I'll show you one of the other modules that actually has that link embedded in it. And so therefore, I'm not actually uploading the entire video into the module, but rather linking it to the YouTube website. So once the student watches the video, they have to take some more questions. And I like to kind of include a little bit of diversity with both instructors and student images, because I know that for the most part, we have a pretty wide range of diversity in our classrooms. So as you can see, there are place in the following order types of questions, multiple choice questions. And at the very end, as long as they have completed the entire module, they're able to print or save a PDF of their certificate of completion. And Dr. Julie Fomenko is the nursing professor who was in charge of this assistantship that I worked on. And so she was the one who wanted all of these specifications for the modules. One of the modules, and I think it's this last one here, again, the video was incredibly long, and these videos were given to me through the College of Nursing and Health Sciences. They had created these videos themselves. And so, again, you're typing your name in, and that way it generates the certificate of completion. Each of these slides has audio in it, as well as text to accommodate for that 508 compliance that we know about. And again, whenever they're in the actual module slides, they're able to go backwards and forwards. As I progressed through this project, I started adding things like resources. So the video that's embedded into this module is actually available for them to access through the resources. And then this PDF link opens up instructions on how to save the file from the print screen so that they don't have to actually waste paper. So I wanted to show you the video. This is the video slide. And so compared to the first module that I showed you where the actual video is embedded into the slide itself, which is possible. Unfortunately, when you start to do the publishing and SCORM and trying to upload this into the LMS, that can be a very large file. And so in this case it was. And so I learned through Dr. Squires, if it's anything over 500 megabytes, and I might be wrong about this, but I'm pretty sure it's 500 megabytes, then it becomes a really big issue to upload. So what I did was I included this button, and if you can see, once you hover over it, it kind of gets a little darker, and then you just click on that button and it actually takes you to the YouTube video that is a part of this lesson itself. This is Dr. Flamenco, and then you can actually click closed captioning for the video so that you can see the captions for that exact video. And this is applicable to both the module as well as the link. So if you have the embedded video here, as I can show you, if we wanted to go to the video itself and we wanted to play it, we can actually create closed captioning in the video embedded in the actual module, or in the link taking us to YouTube, and then YouTube can actually have the closed captioning as well. So far, I have been able to create 5 instructional modules for the CONHS, and it started in December, and I was able to carry it through to the end of this semester. And it's really been very, very interesting to work with this course authoring software, and I will show you the software. It's called Articulate Storyline 3, and Storyline is it's had other versions. Obviously, Storyline 3 is the most recent version, and it's a really good version to use, especially for somebody who's brand new. I'm going to kind of scroll over. This is what it looks like when you first open it up. If you have never created any projects, this would be empty. Clearly, I've created a few. And then you can just click New Project, and it will allow you to create your own, pretty much your own instructional module. And you start pretty much at scratch. It's a white blank slide, and you can insert different characters into it. So for instance, this is how I created the characters that I wanted. You can change their expression, change their pose. You can also add pictures either from a file or screenshot. You can create graded question slides. So if you wanted to do a multiple choice slide, you would just insert that slide in, and that would create your first slide for you. You can change the design of your slides. So if we wanted to go to design and make our slides blue, now every single one of our slides is blue. There are some shortcomings to this software, and I think it's the same for any software that you're, but it is definitely not it's not a deal breaker. I really have enjoyed working with Storyline 3, especially as a brand new instructional designer who honestly does not know what I'm doing half the time. I really enjoyed how easy it was to be able to do this kind of thing without having any kind of experience. So, you pull up Storyline and you don't know what you're doing, and it kind of walks you step by step. One of my favorite things about Storyline 3 is the fact that there were so many online resources. So, for instance, I'm going to just pull up um, trait care, which was the last module that I created for the College of Nursing and Health Sciences. So this right here is kind of like your entire story view. So kind of like whenever we create and I'll pull up I should have pulled this up earlier and I apologize, but I'm going to show you one of my uh, storyboards that the College of Nursing and Health Sciences gave me. So this is what it looks like. We worked on this together. I kind of explained how I would expect it to be sent to me for each of the modules. They would give me what they wanted in audio, and I would also use it as my text option. They would give me the images, even information and developmental notes like how the slides are going to move in and out of the screen, what comes in first, etc. So this was my storyboard, one of my storyboards that I used for this particular module. So if I didn't know what I was doing, all I had to do was click on the help tab, and I could go to tutorials. There are product supports and resources online. You can go to the Storyline Hub, which pulls up a whole other list of things that you can look at. There's just a lot of resources. The community on Storyline, it's called eLearning Heroes, and it's a community through Articulate, which is the kind of the father of Storyline. So this is just kind of a brief overview of how Storyline works. Notice how there's like tutorials on here. You can pretty much do whatever you want. The nice thing about Storyline also is that you can go to this downloads link and you can download templates for Storyline. So for instance, if you wanted to fill in the blank key, so here is fill in the blank keywords with hints. This is a template that you can download, and now you can place it in whatever module you create, whether it's a module that you are creating through another template, or if you're just starting from scratch like I showed you earlier. So I just wanted to kind of explain a little bit of how this project worked out, how I was able to incorporate it into my practicum, and if you guys have any questions about Storyline, please don't hesitate to ask me. I'm not by any means an expert, but I definitely feel like I've learned quite a bit through this internship. And it is very beneficial to have course authoring software. I recommend that you use course authoring software as quickly as possible. Also, I recommend that you play around with the software. So if you just started working on a course authoring software, maybe start creating some things for your own classes that you're teaching. If you're teaching a class right now, even if it's just something as basic as a quiz, just so that you can get the feel of how it works. And publishing and posting onto an LMS is really easy once you get the hang of it. That was something that I learned a little bit more about during this semester and during this practicum. But anyways, I just wanted to kind of show you what I've been up to and how our degree kind of translates into real life experience, which I know we've all seen during this course. And I just wanted to kind of showcase my experience with that. Thank you for your time. And again, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to email me or message me. I'm more than happy to explain things or to give you an insight on my experience with something. We, shoot ideas off each other. So thank you so much and have a good day.